We now join Mike Francesa, already in progress.
I don't really have that many opportunities to get them.
No, and I think that's the highest compliment you can be paid is, you know, if they only throw the ball that way so many times, that's the highest compliment they can pay. And we say hello to yes as they we welcome them to Jet Camp right now. We're talking with Darrelle Revis. We have a lot to do, including Rex Ryan coming up. We'll be here till 7 here after the Yankee win today. We're talking with the best corner in the sport. How about this defense? You know, the one thing that you can say about this very good defense is it hasn't scored the ball as much as maybe great defenses do. That take the ball away and go put it in the end zone. Is that a goal this year for this team?
Yes. Well, it's our goal every year.
Right.
It's our goal every year. Rex and the coaching staff preaches that to us a lot. I think we just need to focus on it and get more consistent with takeaways and, you know, scoring the ball on defense.
And I saw Sean Gilbert's out here now, isn't he?
Yeah, my uncle's out here.
That's it. So, you know, him adding a little stuff. So he's been coaching you for a long time. Now he's coaching everybody else, too, right?
Yeah, he loves it, too. He likes it.
Yeah,
it's
so he's got a little coach in him, right?
Yeah. The one thing he got is passion for the game. I think that's the best thing to describe him.
All right, what do you think this defense versus the last couple? You're always tinkering, always changing. How about this year? What do you think about this defense right now?
You know, I think we're a little upset from you know, losing 2 AFC championship games. So, I mean, we have the same personnel. We have the same guys. And, you know, we got Big Mo down there and, you know, the first-round draft pick. And we're going to do some things. I mean, we got a good scheme, and we're going to have guys flying around just like the previous years.
How much work do you do now? I mean, do you do as much as you did when you were a rookie? Are you going to go home and spend as much time, or do you know these receivers so well now that you're going to do less video and go more on experience now? Or are you going to go home and you're going to do as much cut-up work and as much video work as you did, say, 2 or 3 years ago?
I think I'm going to just keep the, you know, same stuff I've been doing. It's just looking at film on these guys and focusing in on them. You know, I like to be a studious person, smart, you know, with football, but also you got to look at these receivers every week because week in and week out they show you different things.
And new guys too. So do you want to always
Julius Jones,
right? You hear about a new guy. The new guys coming in, right?
Des Bryant, all those guys. Yeah,
Des Bryant. So he's very good, very
Miles
physical
Austin,
too.
Yeah, those
so
guys,
you know it's fun though, right? Yeah. Well, you're already thinking about Des Bryant too. And Des Bryant, if he keeps his head on straight, could be about as good as there is too. He is scary good.
Yeah, he's a great receiver.
Is there one type of, you know, guy? Not, it's silly to say somebody gives you trouble because no one does. But I mean, is there one type of receiver that gives you a little more trouble than someone else? Is a bigger receiver going to give you a little more trouble?
I mean, I have watched from tall to short, to fast to you know, not so fast. So, I mean, I've seen them all. I just think. You know, you have to game plan the best on them and what's their strengths and their weaknesses.
Yeah, and it's still a lot on the quarterback too. I mean, you know, it's still the guy who can get that ball in there is the, you know, and the guy who's a veteran, who's smart, who knows what he's looking at.
Yeah.
And, you know, the guy who's gonna give you different looks and give you different feels for the game, and you know, it's gonna make things more interesting.
Well, yeah, I always say it's like you playing basketball. It's 2-on-1. It's the quarterback and the receiver versus you out there. So you also got to study the quarterback as well.
Well, we're waiting for that. We were waiting for that Reggie Wayne matchup to you know to come to fruition. Except you know no one wanted to play.
No, I mean I know Reggie very well.
He was a little frustrated there.
And yeah, we had a couple conversations out at the Pro Bowl, but yeah, he's a great receiver, man. He's just it wasn't his day.
Do you get the guy who's by the second half is mumbling and grumbling as he's going back to the huddle each time, right?
Sometimes you can see the frustration. You know, you can see people's actions out there on the field.
Because the quarterbacks, the other, listen, the receiver's got to be thinking, hey, just give me a shot against him. Just give me a shot. And the quarterback's saying, not today. Not today.
I don't know. I mean, that's a good tandem there, guy. Peyton and Reggie Wayne out there. So.
So last year, late in the year, everything as healthy as you were, you think you got it just as good? Because 2 years ago you could have been the MVP defensively. You were that good. I mean, they did charts on you that were stuff they've never done before, as how well you had covered receivers. No one had ever put the numbers to where you had them that year. Last year, you think you did hit that same level of play by late in the season, right?
Yeah, I did. the past two, the last 2 years, the great year I had. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was unbelievable. It was. And then I pulled the hamstring, and it kind of slowed me down. But I got right back into the mix, and if you look at the when I was healthy, the last couple of receivers I had, they weren't. They didn't catch their average, what they were averaging.
Well, that first year was almost like having a perfect season. I mean, that was as good as it gets. I don't know that, I don't know if guys can play better than that. That's why I bring it up, because that's a lot of people said they'd never seen a corner play that well where you played 2 years ago. That was a special year.
What Dion did.
He was a little different. Did you watch a lot of tape? Did you watch a lot of tape of him?
I watched film on Dion. Yes, I tried to mimic everything he was.
Now, I would say you're clearly more physical. I would think he looks a little fast. You're quick. You're so quick. But, I mean, he's so fast.
Yeah.
He might be a little faster, I would think, right? I mean, if it was a straight race, he'd be faster.
Yeah, he would toast me. He would burn me.
You know what? You're so quick out of the brakes, though, that you pick up that speed there. That almost, it's not that blazing. Like on a return man, he'd be a faster guy.
Yeah.
Right? But as far as you're so quick out of those brakes, you make it as quickly as he does out of those brakes. It's very hard to see even a difference. Yeah. I mean, it's on such a high level,
Yeah, well, I mean, but Dion, trust me, he's up there.
Do you think of him as being the best?
Yeah.
You've seen?
But you still got to, I mean, it's a lot of cornerbacks, Darrelle Greens, the Mel Blunts, man. It's a lot.
Mel Blunt was very good, too.
It's a lot out there.
Willie Brown. You might not have looked at a lot of tape of him, Willie Brown.
No, I haven't really.
He was really good.
Yeah, I haven't looked really at the old guys, but I know, some
really
of the
good.
names, and you got to respect those guys, too, because they paved the way for Dion and Rod Woodson and
Do you hear from those guys? Those guys stop you somewhere at a Pro Bowl or at an All-Star game and say, "Hey, they like the way you play," and blah blah blah. As they watch you now.
Yeah, I had great conversations with Darrelle Green, Will Brown. So. It's just a mutual respect. Like, hey, I respect your game. You're like, no, I respect your game.
Right. You don't mind seeing Dion going in the Hall of Fame this year, because that's paving a way for you someday on your way there.
That was an unbelievable speech, man. All of those guys, Marshall Faulk and Shannon, that was great.
Well, good luck this year and stay healthy. Nice to see you as always. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Darrelle Revis, back after this.